Queensway drivers are fed up with the construction bottlenecks.
Took me just slightly over 2 hours to get from downtown to West End, Canada.
2 hours, how far is that about?
It's 14 miles.
You're now going 20 kilometers an hour on a freeway. What do you think of that?
I think it's pretty poor, and I gather we're in for it for a long time to come.
Rush hour is the worst time.
And then the radio is always helpful in saying that it's stop and go, use alternate routes, and you do just great as you're winding through the side streets. But eventually you have to come to one of the main arteries, either Carling or Wellington, and then you might as well just park your car and get out and pick 3 people and have a game of bridge.
With Millers, the man in charge of making the construction, go as fast as possible.
And currently this project is not quite on schedule. We're somewhat behind, probably the equivalent of a couple of weeks due to the weather and some of the technical difficulties we've experienced.
The Ontario Ministry of Transportation is widening the Queensway by 1 lane each way, putting in a new median barrier, new streetlights, and a new sewer. You going as fast as you can?
That's right, because we tried to finish this job, before the snow comes.
You're going to finish before the snow comes?
Well, we're going to try the best we can.
The construction is in 4 phases, each scheduled to take 2 years. Unless construction is accelerated, the bottlenecks will continue for 7 more summers.
We are trying to renovate this and incorporate the new design in with the existing conditions, and it's proving difficult from a technical aspect.
I mean, they should do like they do in Toronto. They work overnight for construction, make it easy for the people to drive in the city.
We had 2 crews working during the day, and the contractor planned on putting a 3rd on at night, but he just did not have the materials available, so there was no percentage in trying to work at night.
Traffic comes to a stop during rush hour. The 60 km/h speed limit seems like wishful thinking.
I think it's a pain. I can't believe it.
I don't like it very much, I can tell you.
I come in here every day and it's added about a half an hour to my commuting time, and I come along and they don't seem to be doing anything along here.
Well, you come here every day?
Every day. Take about 45 minutes we get downtown.
What do you do to pass the time?
Smoke.
And if rush hour is not bad enough, when it's not rush hour and you try to make some time...
The speed limit in the construction area is 60 kilometers an hour and no more. Slow down to 60.
Although it may seem kind of slow for them, it's because there are people out working here. And if someone just gets, let's use the term, pushed over by someone changing lanes, they could end up in the actual construction area and they could hit somebody and kill somebody. Well, basically on the Queensway at any time, really, including construction time, people have 4 major offenses that they perpetrate.
Constable Sabarin says Queensway accidents are caused by speeding, tailgating, fast lane changes, and failure to signal lane changes.
You're always going to watch for somebody else going to hit you, and people, they're not used to this kind of,
Police will be stopping drivers for some time to come. There's little that can be done at the construction site to speed things up.
In the overall program, that will be up to the minister, and that's a policy decision on whether they decide to accelerate it or not.
But so far, Ontario's Minister of Transportation says accelerating the work on the Queensway could as much as double the $30 million price tag. In 2 weeks, construction is to stop for the winter, but next spring, probably for the next 7 springs, it will start all over. I'm Chris Brown for Newsday.